Hello and welcome back to Binary Discourse. I'm Jacob.
I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four movie, our thoughts on it, as well as how it ranks up in the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe. But as always, first we got some Would You Rather questions. So first, would you rather be the Thing or the Hulk?
That's a difficult one because it's a lot of anger management with the Hulk, but you have the upsides of being able to go back to being a human.
Yeah.
Whereas the Thing, it's 24/7.
Yeah.
Personally, after seeing the new Fantastic Four movie, which we'll talk about later,
Yeah, for sure.
I might actually go with the Thing. Like, he made it work, and like a rock beard looked cool.
Yeah, it actually looked pretty good.
So, not having to worry about the anger management is probably what I would have to take.
Yeah, because you're getting like mental illness stuff, mental issues, but you can turn it on and off. Or, I mean, you have a pretty solid life. You've got it figured out, at least with the current iteration that we saw, right?
Yeah.
But like, there is no going back to human. It's just that. And I think I'd pass on the mental issues. I think I'd also take the Thing, just because he is like so appreciated. I feel like the Hulk is like way too hated and feared, especially in those early movies. People appreciate him later on, but
yeah, and if you've read the comics, the Hulk can get out of hand fast.
World War Hulk.
Yeah, yeah, that's up there in some of my favorite comics of all time.
Oh, it's
You just
fantastic.
see how unhinged the Hulk can be, and how much he's holding back
Yeah.
most of the time. So,
Oh yeah.
all right, the next one: would you rather have a real Iron Man suit, Mark III, or a real lightsaber?
So Mark III, that's the end of the first Iron Man movie. So, like, okay, Iron Man 1, Iron Man suit, or a real lightsaber. So I like lightsabers more. They're cooler. The cool factor is totally there. But, like, the utility purpose of an Iron Man suit is way too high. Like, I could use that in my day-to-day life way more. A lightsaber, what am I going to use that for other than just being awesome,
Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to go with the Iron Man suit because I feel like I could do a lot more with it, especially with... I'm assuming Jarvis is part of the suit. Like, I'm assuming that comes with it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Iron Man suit, even though I wish I could say lightsaber. I can't justify giving up the Iron Man suit.
I personally, it's a lot tighter for me. Because if you were to ask this question even 20 years ago, or even 10, really, you'd be like, well, the Iron Man suit's a realistic thing. Lightsaber isn't. Now it's kind of flipped on its head.
Yeah.
Because now the Iron Man suit, people are realizing, oh, the amount of power you have to put into that thing to keep it going.
Well, especially with, like, I know this is Mark III, but like with like nanotech and stuff later, it's especially like super like sci-fi.
Yeah. Whereas now we have actual self-contained lightsabers.
Proto sabers, yes. But yes, yeah.
Well, even the hacksmith has been fully self-contained, so it's no longer proto because it doesn't have the...
I have not seen that one. I saw the proto saber one.
Yeah.
Dang.
So they've made it fully self-contained. It doesn't last a long time, but it is a real thing. The thing with the lightsaber is that you get the ability to basically heat anything.
Yeah.
Super quickly, and it's a very great like utility tool. Whereas the suit is a very transportation and somewhat utility. So it's very close for me. I probably would go with the Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
It just is a little bit more, and it has that tech that can be reverse engineered to be world changing.
Totally.
So, yeah, I would go with the Iron Man suit.
Sweet. That's kind of what I expected you to pick, but it was a little closer than I thought it was going to be. Okay, this one's an interesting one. Would you rather be stuck in the quantum realm for 5 years or have been blipped away for 5 years?
This one is not hard for me.
Really?
No, I'm getting blipped.
Really? Okay. Okay, explain why.
So for me, getting blipped would be way easier because you're not having to be like, am I ever going to get out of here? Like, what's going on? It's just instantaneous. I'm gone. And then I'm back. I have to deal with the aftermath.
Yeah.
But you have to deal with the aftermath either. So I'd rather it be instantaneous for me than have to be in a limbo state of, am I ever going to come back?
Yeah. Fair. When I first thought about this question, I was in your same boat. I was like, in the quantum realm for 5 years is awful. Until I remembered Ant-Man was in the quantum realm for 5 years. Do you remember how long he said it was?
5 minutes.
5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours. And that changes it for me. Because I'm like, 5 hours I can do. 5 hours in the quantum realm I can do.
Well, and they talked about it in Ant-Man and the Wasp. There are different parts of the quantum realm.
Yeah.
So, like, there's that part that he fell into where he moves differently, but other parts where it doesn't move, like with Jack Van Dyne. So, it's basically a luck of the draw if it's shorter, longer, or same amount of time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to make that gamble.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going, assuming it's the same situation that Ant-Man was in.
Yeah.
I would totally go quantum realm because I feel like it'd just be so mind-bending. I would like to say you'd learn a lot. I don't think you would. I think you'd have more questions than answers. But I like weird experiences that I can tell stories afterwards. So
For sure.
assuming I get the 5 hours, I'm going to take that one instead of getting blipped away. But yeah, if it's going to be a full 5 years, that's a lot harder. And I'd rather just be blipped.
Yeah. Again, I would take the blip. It's way easier. Next question. Which member of the Fantastic Four would you want to have a private interview with?
I like this question because I just saw the movie and there are like a lot of interview scenes in that movie. But my first thought is not Sue and not Reed because I feel like everyone's interviewing them and I want like... I really like The Thing. I really like him, but probably not. I'm probably going with Johnny Storm. I'm probably doing the Human Torch. I loved his portrayal in the movie, which again, we'll get into the movie later. But I just really like his personality. He's a little more like under the radar than the other... Really, the other three I feel like are the limelight of like in the news and stuff. And so getting like a private interview with him where I'm like the only one talking to him would be really cool, as opposed to the other ones like everyone's fighting for their attention.
I personally, as much as Reed's getting talked to, I would still have that interview with Reed.
Yeah.
I think there's way too much you can learn.
He's so smart.
Yeah.
Like, he is a genius.
Absolute genius. And I think that's actually something they did really well in the movie, is that they showed they're not all, like, Reed isn't just smart and then the others are kind of just like your average Joe. No, they're all extremely smart people. Just, well, Reed is that much more.
Yeah.
And... I don't know. I really want to see how Reed's mind works in the way he thinks through things. So.
That's fair. That is, yeah, I like it. All right. So, as we mentioned, we've both seen Fantastic Four. But before we get into Fantastic Four, we had some news this past week that we need to talk about. We need to address. So, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yes.
So, we have a suit reveal.
I am really excited to see how this goes.
Me too. I think this is going to be great. It's been a while since the Spider-Man movie, 2021. So
it does not feel that long.
It does not. No, it doesn't at all. But it's been a long time coming. I love the suit. The raised webbing is just so good. I am a sucker for like Tobey Maguire's suit, and then I feel like Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is like praised online all the time, and that suit's great too. But yeah, just like the rubber-fied raised webbing suits are so good. And like Tom Holland hasn't had that. His have very much been like high-tech suits. Like Homecoming is the closest you got. And even that was really slim.
Yeah, I also really like that they're taking aspects from both. Because it very much mirrors what he just went through. And he met both of these other Spider-Men and he's taking the little bits of like, oh, I liked this about this suit and this about this suit. And incorporating these different things. And then I haven't seen many people talk about this, but the web shooters are on the outside of the suit.
They're not like camouflaged in. They're like they're clunky and they're big. And I like that a lot actually, because he's on his own. He doesn't have access to all of the tech. He doesn't have everything in the world at his fingertips. He's building this suit. He's crafting it all himself, which we got to see with the other Spider-Man. We kind of got to see it like for a little bit in Homecoming, but not really to this extent.
Yeah, I'm excited. And as we get closer, we're going to hear more and more about the story. And even the comics is based off. This is going to be a very different, but a very interesting movie to watch.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited.
Because the comic story, they've set pretty much everything up for it, just in a little bit different, in a MCU way. So I'm excited to see how they go about it.
It's going to be great. I'm so excited. June 2026. I don't remember the day, but June 2026 cannot come soon enough. I'm so pumped for that. But I think that's all of our news, all of our intro stuff. Should we just jump into Fantastic Four?
Yeah, Fantastic Four.
All right, so non-spoiler impressions. We'll get into spoilers first, but just your non-spoiler impressions. What did you think?
So I really liked the movie. I still stand by what I said last episode. It is not better than Thunderbolts for me.
Okay.
It is close, but I think overall, Fantastic Four does a really good job at not relying on anything else. It is a story within itself, and it's a great jumping off point for a lot of people. So if you were out of Marvel for a long time, you got disenfranchised, it's a great point to jump back in, see what's going on, and be prepared for basically the Infinity War Endgame again.
Yeah, with Doomsday and then Secret Wars. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I really liked this movie. I just saw it last night, so it's super fresh on my mind. It was really solid. Really enjoyed it. Like you said, really refreshing. It still feels like Marvel, but in the most like unique and like not Marvel-y kind of way. And I mean that in a good way. Like it is very refreshing. The like retro futurism is so good. I love the theming. It's super refreshing. And yeah, just very solid. Yeah, that's like just first impressions.
Yeah, honestly, there were many times the first time, because I've seen it twice now.
Okay, I've only seen it once, obviously.
Yeah. But the first time I watched it, there was a lot of times where I was like, is this even a Marvel movie? They did a lot of things that Marvel movies don't usually do. And so I thought they did a very good job. And it's also a shorter runtime.
An hour 55.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, is really short. But I love it. I'm a huge advocate for movies should be as long as they need to tell the story. If a movie is 3 hours and it feels like a drag, then that's awful. If it's 3 hours and it feels like 20 minutes, that's perfect. So each movie is a different story, and each story is told in a different amount of time. I feel like it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel too short or too long or anything.
Well, and I think they made perfect use of their time.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't linger on anything that they didn't have to. They knew what they wanted to tell, and they told it in an efficient manner.
The pacing of this movie is surprisingly well. Like, there are moments where you're, like, sitting and you're enjoying something happening, and then as soon as you start to feel the lull, something else happens. And so it doesn't drag for a second. It's like, as soon as you're ready for something new to happen, something picks up. Like, something else is going on. It never lets you just sit, unless it's intentional, which is perfect.
Yeah. Well, are you ready to move into spoilers?
Let's do it. Okay. So, spoiler warning for Fantastic Four First Steps. So I'm just gonna jump to the end here. That after credit scene, the first one, 'cause the second one's just fun.
Yeah.
That were you expecting that?
Yes.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
For a specific reason. Going into the movie, no. But throughout the movie, they laid seeds of the Latveria being empty.
Yeah.
Latveria not being interested at all with like anything that's going on in the world. They have that little map, and there's a little hole wherever Latveria is, because they're not interested in doing anything.
Yeah.
And the entire time I was like, okay, you're building up Dr. Doom. Are we going to see him at all?
Yeah.
And then the movie ends. I'm like, okay, but would have been cool to see something to prepare us, because we're a year out from Doomsday. Like, yeah, it's coming. And then they do that post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And I think that was the perfect way to do it.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was super good. It didn't have me like freaking out or anything. It was super cool to see him. I was expecting it, like we just talked about, not for the same reasons, but I just in my head was like, okay, well, Doomsday is coming. We know that's like, I guess Brand New Day is the next big Marvel movie, but then Doomsday. And so the whole movie, they kept talking about how important Franklin was and everything. And I was like, are we just going to see like Dr. Doom in the after credit scene kidnap Franklin? Like that's what I was thinking. And lo and behold, that's pretty much what happens. Not to say that it was lame because I predicted it. Like, I feel like that just because we know something is coming doesn't mean it's not cool. Like,
and they
really
set it up properly.
They did. They built up to it correctly. So even though you know it's coming, it's still really cool, which is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. And he just looked cool. Like, of course, we didn't see his face, which I wasn't expecting to. They're saving that for the movie, of course. But you see Franklin holding the mask, and you see like the green cloak on him and everything. So,
well, and when I watched it the first time, I saw the cloak in the background. I'm like, no, you're not actually doing it. And then you pan around and you see the mask, and you're like, okay, we're there. Like,
yeah.
In retrospect, this entire year of Marvel movies, so Brave New World,
Thunderbolts,
Fantastic Four, have all felt like they're actually building to something.
That's good, because I still haven't seen Thunderbolts and I still haven't seen Brave New World, so I do need to see both of those. But yeah, Fantastic Four was really good, and I love when, Marvel movies, but really just movies in general, I love when they stand on their own, yet they're still able to build to something bigger, you know? I love Infinity War. Infinity War is amazing. I love Endgame. Endgame's amazing. Those movies require you to watch 10 other movies, you know?
At least.
Yeah, minimum, just to understand what's going on, not even to get all the intricacies. The Fantastic Four, even the first Avengers, like, you don't have to know what's going on. You could just jump in and enjoy it, but you still feel like you're in a bigger world, and you still feel the consequences of stuff around you without having to see all those other things.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's such a great jumping off point. Fantastic Four. It's a completely different universe. You're not held down by like, oh, I need to know who this character is or this. It's self-contained. It works, but it builds to something more. And we know that we've had multiversal stuff already in other projects. So it's not that hard of a leap to say, okay, now the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom are going to jump to Earth 616A, I think is the official designation.
They messed it up with the comics because, I think it is 616A because the comics had 616. And then they were like, the Sacred Timeline MCU is 616, which didn't make sense. So I think
So we'll see. I'm really excited about where it's going. I thought it was a good movie. Very good, just summer film.
Oh yeah, it was great. I loved it. We've talked about this. I'm a huge family movie person. Not like a movie that's family friendly, but like a movie about family. And Elephant in the Room, The Incredibles is my favorite superhero movie, and the Fantastic Four, the inspiration is so obvious and blatant, and that's not even a bad thing. It's just what it is. And I loved how this movie depicted the Fantastic Four as a family. And of course, them having a child is a great way to do that. And everything that went there with them, not wanting to sacrifice their child and figuring out what it means to be a family and how to raise this kid and also be superheroes. All of that was really, really great. I loved it. And of course, Mole Man and the Underminer was just hilarious. That was awesome.
I had forgotten for a minute that the Underminer is based off of that moment from the comics. So it's oh, right. Incredibles weren't the first ones. But they were the most popular.
They were the most, because when I saw it, I saw it with my wife, obviously, and that happens, and she's laughing, and we lean into each other, and we're like, the Underminer, and she had no idea Mole Man was a thing. I didn't know Mole Man was a thing, and I went and looked it up, and I was like, okay, so it was Fantastic Four first, and then Underminer got more popular, and now we're back to Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was hilarious.
The other huge thing that I really, really liked about this movie, which I talked a little bit about earlier, they show that they're all highly intelligent.
Yes, I love that. One of my favorite things is Johnny Storm deciphering the language. That is so cool.
And that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's super difficult to do.
And he, you can see that they set it up. He's been collecting the discs of all these unknown transcripts. And once he gets that one phrase translation, it unlocks everything and it saves their butts.
It's so cool. And also that scene in Times Square where he's confronting the Silver Surfer and he's playing the transmissions on all of the screens. So cool. That scene was awesome. I figured she wasn't gonna do anything about it and she was gonna run off because, like, obviously. But it was so good. Like, I love that part. That is one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
Yeah, and going into it, I was a little worried because Marvel's done some things that are very much politically guided and very much an investor-based thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was worried Silver Surfer was going to be the same thing. It wasn't. Hands down wasn't. They did an amazing job of, like, she has a story, she's there for a reason, and it is called back to multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
In a very respectful and great way.
It works really, really well. It's not pushing any narratives. It's not trying anything. It's a good story.
They had a story to tell, and they told it well.
Yep. And that's all we're asking for when we do movies.
The other one was The Thing.
Yes.
I don't think you notice it quite so much in this movie, but there's that scene with him and Reed. They're standing on the balcony and they're talking about how it was cooking is a science.
Cooking is an art, not a science.
Yeah. And it's like, kind of. It's not fully, because you still have to know chemistry and all these things. And it is one of those, like, The Thing, he has his own things that he's passionate about and is really good at. And so it was cool to see that he's not just the muscle. They broke a lot of the stereotypical, especially from the last two movies. Or three, technically.
Yeah.
They broke a lot of those stereotypes up. The Thing is your muscle. He doesn't want to say it's clobbering time.
I love that. That was awesome. That was so good because, so the second he's like, that's just in the cartoons, okay, so he's going to say it at the end, right? Like, the second he does that, and it's still so good.
Oh, yeah. And
it's so funny.
Even up to the last second before he says it, he's still like,
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it.
And maybe it's because Johnny's pushing him down to earth super quick.
Yeah.
Might be part of it. But
I'm also, as we're talking, I'm realizing, and this isn't something I realized before, but the more we're talking, the more I realize this was a predictable movie in the best way possible. Like, every beat that happened, you knew what was coming. Because we talked about the after credit scene, we talked about just barely it's clobbering time, the Silver Surfer thing, like all these things I saw coming, and yet I still loved the movie. And so it just did a great job of setting your expectations at just the right place.
Set up, payoff.
Exactly. Payoff. It did a phenomenal job of that.
And it all feels earned.
Everything in this movie works because the movie made it work, because it set it up correctly, because it did the heavy lifting earlier. So later in the movie, when it happens, you feel rewarded instead of it just being it happened because.
But a lot of that setup's in this movie itself.
Yeah.
Which is so important because that, like we've talked about, you can just go into the movie. You don't have to have seen so many things before it.
Yeah.
So I love the movie. I thought the stuff with The Thing and the Jewish.
Yeah, that one lady, I don't remember.
Yeah. But I thought it gave a lot of humanity too.
Oh, totally.
Like, again, in the comics and in the previous movies, he's seen as the muscle. And that's it.
Yeah.
But this one, he's like, no, he has a heart. He wants to do the right thing.
Well, it's nice to see him be appreciated by society a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, and I don't remember a time where he was like an outcast to society. Like, the kids always wanted to see him having fun. Like, that lady goes up to him and is very kind and warm with him. I don't remember a moment where they're like scared of him.
No.
Yeah, whereas the Hulk, everybody's scared of him. So it was a nice twist.
For sure. I thought it was great. I loved the way they handled The Thing. He was great. I'm trying to remember how many times they even call him The Thing. It's not very many.
I don't know if they do.
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, do they even call him that? Like, like in the cartoon, they watch it shows that, but I don't think any of like the characters say it.
Yeah, I think they call him by his name every time. So
that's interesting. Really cool though. I liked that. Another kind of deep cut, just as a nerd, that I appreciated in this movie. So this movie, very retro futuristic, very 1960s futurism. I'm a huge Disney Parks fan. This was very much inspired by Tomorrowland. Okay,
Yes,
Kevin
very much
Feige
so.
himself admitted that they like went to Disneyland and walked around to inspire this movie, which I love and I think is amazing. There is a song from the Tomorrowland ambiance loop in the movie.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's from one of the rides. It plays on like the monorail and on the People Mover, which of course is now a defunct ride, unless you're in Disney World. But yeah, it plays. It's a song that just plays in the background. And in like the first 15 minutes, the like montage that basically shows their origin story, like that whole part, the song that's playing in the background during that is from Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great.
It's a great big beautiful tomorrow song.
It's a different one, but it has a similar vibe to it, similar tones and stuff.
I'm glad you brought up music because walking out of it the second time, my mind's blown. They did such a good job with the music in this.
It is really good. Like even just the main theme, it's so good.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of hard to make that work because it's just 4 notes
Yeah.
played at the same pace, rhythm, everything, and it's very interesting to see that they made it interesting and fun. So they also did a great job with like post-credit music and everything, where I was like, that's a unique take on this. Or
Yeah.
there were some times where their theme almost sounds like the Avengers. Not quite, but it's very close. And it's because they're the Avengers of their universe, of their world.
Yeah.
And so I think they just did a really good job with the music.
It was great. I didn't notice the Avengers callbacks and stuff. I need to go see this movie again. But I loved it. I thought it was so good. The movie was, very standout. I really liked it.
Okay. Well, the next piece, Fantastic Four or Super.
So as far as the movie goes, not the characters.
As the movie.
So the 2 big summer blockbusters of 2025, they're both really, really good. I think I like Superman more.
Interesting. So the last time we were here, I had said, I'm going to go watch Superman. And then I did. And I think Fantastic Four is better. Slightly.
Yeah.
Very slightly. There were some pacing issues with Superman that I
For sure.
couldn't quite get behind, and some tonal stuff that it's a great movie.
They're both solid movies.
Oh,
Yeah, they're both solid. I think they're both easily 8 out of 10s.
Yeah.
If we're getting like 8 point something, they'll be different, but they're both 8 out of 10.
Yes. And so I ranked Fantastic Four a little higher. I think Superman, for me, had the higher cap of a number. But again, it was those tonal issues and pacing issues that kind of dragged it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's still an 8, which is a great.
Oh, yeah. They're both phenomenal. I feel like Superman had the higher highs and also had the lower lows, but I'll take the higher highs a little bit more.
And for me, I've never been a huge DC fan.
I do think I'm a bigger DC fan than you are, just by and large.
Yeah. And so for me, DC's great. The Marvel one drew more emotion from me.
Yeah.
To me, I enjoyed more.
Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, Superman is like crushing it at the box office.
Yes.
And we talked about this earlier today. Sadly, Fantastic Four is not. It's not doing awful. Like, it's doing fine, but it should be doing a lot better. Well, it's really sad.
I had an experience with it. The second time I went to see it was a week ago today.
Okay.
With my cousin and his wife. And we showed up to the theater at like 4:30 in the afternoon. We got a private screen. Nobody else was in the entire theater.
Yeah, 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. On a Tuesday. But it was I was like, this is a great experience, like having nobody else there, but it did feel a little like how I wanted this movie to do well, and you're not seeing it.
Yeah. So
but then again, we also are in a smaller town, so
we are, and that definitely takes into play for sure. We're a smaller town. Again, saw it last night. We saw it at like 7:00. There were like 3 other groups total. So it was like us and then like a group of 2 and then one dude and then one dude behind us. So we're like, 3 groups besides us in the whole theater. So and that was a Monday night, which a little better than Tuesday afternoon, but still not ideal timing. But still, it's a little sad to see it. I don't think it's gonna bomb. Like I think it'll do fine enough.
Yeah.
But I want this movie to do really well.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Well, and again, we can't compare it to Endgame level.
No. But even comparing it to Superman, Superman's like kicking its butt.
But I also think Superman had a lower budget.
Did it? Interesting.
So I think
I'm going to look this up. Not because I think you're wrong. I'm just curious.
Yeah, but there is something to be said that budgets are a little higher than they necessarily might need to be.
Yeah.
And so it kind of blows a little bit more out of proportion.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I cannot find its budget on here, but you're probably right. Let me find Superman's budget. So I know Superman has passed its break-even point. It's at like 600 million now worldwide, which it has been out for like 2 weeks longer, something like that. So you have to take that into account. But it is... Yeah, Superman's debut was 220 million worldwide, and
Fantastic Four was 130.
Yeah, so I think worldwide, Fantastic Four just barely hit 300.
Yeah,
like yesterday.
Yeah, so it'll probably break even, but it's not gonna.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially because I mean, with each passing week, fewer and fewer people are going to go see it.
I do think when they release it on physical media, it will actually do okay.
Yeah, for sure. I hope this movie has legs because it's getting good reviews, which usually helps. That's going to help people get out to theaters. I just think everyone like saw Superman and then we're like, I already saw Superman. I don't need to go see Fantastic Four.
It came out so quick in succession.
They did. And I think that gave Superman the leg up as being the one that came out first, unfortunately. And I can't blame Marvel. It's not like you're going to release it on the same day. That's not a good idea. No. That's a horrible idea.
Because now you're making people choose.
Exactly. So I think they thought 2 weeks was enough time. But if you go any further than that, you miss the summer rush.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We'll see how it ends up performing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Next question. Where does it land in the Marvel lineup for you?
Like I said, this is an 8 out of 10. I think it's like an 8 point, probably like an 8.2. That's where I put it. So as far as Marvel movies, in my upper middle, like it's up there. Not as good as the first Avengers. I think I like it better than Ultron, though. Let's see.
Well, and I would say I enjoy it more than the first Avengers movie, but not as much as Age of Ultron.
Yeah. So you like Ultron more than the first Avengers?
I do.
Okay. Interesting. So let's see. Here's a list of Marvel movies. You tell me if you like Fantastic Four or this movie better. Thor: Love and Thunder. Because I know you like Thor: Love and Thunder more than most people.
I really liked Thor: Love and Thunder. That's hard. Because I think this is a more solid movie. But I think I'm still going to say I like Thor: Love and Thunder more.
That's an interesting
my enjoyment was higher.
Yeah.
With Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay.
I think that's partially due to I've read more of the Thor comics.
Fair.
A bigger fan of Thor. And so it had more bearing for me rather than Fantastic Four, which I'm exists, but I grew up with the old Fantastic Four movies and not good. And then they tried to reboot it. It didn't go well.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
And so it's like I didn't have high hopes. Or even much of an interest in reading the Fantastic Four movies.
I do think it's interesting how like one bad movie or 2-3 bad movies can ruin an entire generation's perception of a superhero or like a group of superheroes.
Yeah.
Because we saw the same thing happen with Superman. Like everyone thought Superman was this gruesome dark person because of Man of Steel, and that was wrong. And everyone thought Fantastic Four were like these depressed outcasts. That's wrong.
Yeah.
So It's nice that they both get good movies in the same summer.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I will say though, I actually ended up watching The Dark Knight last night.
Okay.
So real quick, between Superman and Dark Knight, since we haven't really talked too much Superman yet. Those two feel like they belong together a lot more than Man of
Steel and Dark Knight. I'll totally agree with you. Yeah. It feels like comic book Superman and comic book Batman.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, and especially because when I was watching Dark Knight last night, I really came to that realization of Batman is lawful good.
Yes, thank you. I say Batman is lawful good all the time, and people think I'm crazy. People say he's lawful neutral, lawful evil. He is lawful good. Thank you.
Good. He is willing to do what it takes within his own morality.
Well, and he has a huge moral code, too.
Yeah.
Like, his moral compass is arguably stronger than Superman's.
Yeah, well, because Superman's willing to break the law if it serves the greater good.
Yeah, to do what's right.
Whereas Batman, he has his code and he will not break it. He'll go close to that line, but he's never going to break it.
He's never going to cross the line. Yeah.
So Batman is lawful good and Superman is neutral good. Which I think previous movies have kind of made murky.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's just great to have like superhero movies that are true to the superhero they're about instead of what we think other superheroes are supposed to be. Don't make a Superman movie that looks like a Batman movie. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So you think Thor: Love and Thunder is better than Fantastic Four?
I do, but that's because I have higher enjoyment of Thor.
Okay, you enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. I'm going Fantastic Four on that one. You enjoy Thor: Love and Thunder more than I do. I think we both agree it's the second best Thor movie. I just think that's not saying very much.
Yeah, it isn't, but there were parts of Thor: Love and Thunder that right out of the comics. For a fan of Gore the God Butcher and all that, it's like,
like he was amazing in that movie. Like that was the best part of the movie for sure,
hands down. And I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, he was barely in the movie," and like underutilized. No,
I wish he was in the movie more. I'll admit, but I don't think he was like not in it enough.
No, and that's the thing. It was like in the comics, Gore is like this boogeyman kind of thing, so you never see him. And so I almost there were times like, especially in the moon that got grayscale, I was like, dang, we're seeing a lot of Gore. What's going on? And so it was almost too much at times for me.
Yeah,
but I can understand why a lot of people were like, you're wasting talent there.
Yeah. What about, is Fantastic Four better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Yes.
Okay.
But I do not have high rankings for Guardians 2.
I think it's easily the worst Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I don't think it's close at all.
No.
The other two I think are phenomenal movies. Guardians 2 I don't think is very good.
It's one of the ones that I'm like, yeah, it exists. I'm not ready to watch it.
I don't think it's a bad movie. No. Like, I enjoy it when I watch it, but compared to any of the other Guardians movies, any of James Gunn's other movies, any other MCU movie, like it's in the lower half.
Yeah, for sure.
The first Captain America, the First Avenger, if you will.
Now that's a lot harder.
This one's hard because I feel like they're on like the same level.
I would say Fantastic Four for this one.
I think I'm going Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the First Avenger is a great movie. Again, with Fantastic Four, it knows the story it wants to tell and does not BS it. They go straight for it. Yeah, they get their story done.
I also think there's a lot to say. Marvel knows what they're doing. With First Avenger, they were still really early on. They still were, new to making movies to that scale and everything. And with Fantastic Four, like they know how to do this. Yeah, and so I think they use that to their advantage for sure.
This definitely feels like the first one of the new era of Marvel movies, where they recognize, hey, we made a mistake.
Yeah,
or over
quantity over quality, and now we're going back to quality.
Yeah, and I think you can see the transition in the previous two movies. This one actually feels like they're firmly back on the quality over quantity.
Yeah, which is great. Iron Man 2. I think this was the only one that would be hard because I feel like you would put 1 and 3 over it for sure.
And 2's grown on me a lot, especially recently.
So I think 2's the worst one.
It's hard for me to rank all 3 of them.
Okay.
Especially because 3 has my favorite comic line adapted. Like, favorite comic line, period. Extremis, one of my favorite, or actually, I would say probably my favorite comic of all time.
Okay.
Is Extremis.
Okay.
Is it a perfect adaptation? Absolutely not. There are a lot of stuff that they withheld. But I still was happy to see it because when Extremis came out, the comic version, it was not liked. It was, because they give Tony Stark superpowers. He's able to control computers with his mind. And a lot of people did not like that.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be like just a human wearing a suit.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job with giving him superpowers, and like the underlayer of the suit is in his skin. So it'll come out and cover his arm.
What the heck?
Yeah. So like in, I think it was in Civil War, when he has the watch that he does.
Yeah.
That's a reference to the Extremis in his body.
Cool.
So I really like 3. 1 has a huge bunch of nostalgia. 2 has grown on me significantly in recent years, especially because it tells a great story of corporate greed.
Yeah.
And I would say Fantastic Four is the better movie again, but I would prefer to watch Iron Man 2.
So if both of them are put in front of you on a movie night, you're picking 2.
Yeah.
But you can recognize Fantastic Four is the better movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Film-wise, it is the better movie.
Okay.
In my heart, I will still want to watch Iron Man 2 first.
Yeah. Because I think Fantastic Four is the better movie, and I'd rather watch Fantastic Four. Every movie we've said so far, I prefer Fantastic Four. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Fantastic Four.
Yep. I prefer Fantastic Four.
Homecoming's good. It was the first Spider-Man movie by Marvel, and they were still getting their bearing.
Yeah.
Using him.
For sure. Thor Ragnarok.
I'd probably watch Ragnarok.
I think I'd take Ragnarok. No Way Home.
I liked No Way Home. I'll be honest, I think I've only seen it once.
I've only seen it once. Because I was so disappointed by it, which is really sad. I was disappointed by that movie, which is a really sad thing to say, and I know I would enjoy it a lot more on a second watch.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it my first watch. I think they have a great way through the movie. Now knowing what we have for Brand New Day. Yeah. And it's very much a one more day story. We didn't know that at the time, but in reflection, it very much is one more day.
I do not like the one more day storyline. I don't like the comics. And so when No Way Home was just like, hey, here's one more day, that was already a problem. So
I will say One More Day to me, although it's not my favorite comic line, it does some very interesting things, and it drives home the point of Spider-Man can never win.
Yeah.
He's always...
For sure.
Or, sorry, I take that back. Spider-Man can win. Peter Parker cannot.
Yeah, that's a much better way of putting that, for sure.
So I think they nailed it with that movie of we're resetting everything. But Fantastic Four, I still would watch first.
Yeah, I would too. I think Fantastic Four is the better movie. I would watch it first. Guardians 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Fantastic Four.
That was closer for me.
Guardians 3, don't get me wrong, is a great movie.
Do you prefer Guardians 3 or Guardians 1?
First.
Okay, me too. Yeah, I prefer 3.
I think 1 is a great classic, and it almost feels like a classic at this point.
It does, for sure.
Whereas Guardians 3 has a very different story. It's a lot more focused on Rocket. And there's a lot of stuff, even past comics. There's video games about Rocket's story that it felt like they did a very good job representing the character.
Yeah, I loved Guardians 3. I thought it was great. I think it's easily the best Guardians movie. I think I like it more than Fantastic Four even.
Okay.
So I think that's where I'd put Guardians 3 above Fantastic Four.
Okay.
I feel like these next two, I think both of these are better. Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, I'm watching this first.
Yeah. Let's see. Captain America: Civil War. I'm taking Civil War.
I think I am too. It's a lot. The stakes feel higher.
And
Fantastic Four stakes are high.
yeah,
Their entire planets.
I think just back to Fantastic Four, this movie did a phenomenal job of taking a trope that can be so lazy and so overdone and doing it right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, we're all gonna die, is so basic. Like, that is like square one of writing a movie. But just like we said, the setup and payoff of this movie is done so well that you don't even care. Like, you buy it. You totally buy it.
And I think the other thing that helps is Sue's speech.
It's so good. Her speech is so good.
Because she brings it back home to the human family.
Yeah.
That kind of idea of we're working together because we're a family of humans. I think they did a very good job with that. I just like Civil War because it has more.
Yeah.
The stakes feel higher because it's a personal conflict rather than a world-ending conflict. And those personal conflicts have, for lack of a better terms, higher repercussions. Because with a world-ending threat, by the end, they're either going to thwart it or they're going to defeat it. They're either going to get away and save as many people as they can, or they'll make it work.
Yeah.
Whereas a personal conflict, especially between Tony and Cap, that didn't end at the end of that movie. Things were wiped clean.
Well, because when Tony comes back at the beginning of Endgame, they haven't spoken. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So I would watch Civil War first.
You're between, basically it's, I won't sacrifice my child for this world, but I won't sacrifice this world for my child. Or, I'm sorry, Tony, but he's my friend. So was I.
Yeah.
Both super good conflicts, both super amazing. But yeah, I'm taking Civil War. They're both really good for different reasons, but yeah, I'm taking Civil War. So yeah, Fantastic Four is a little bit higher in Marvel than I thought it was. Like, I think it's better. You think it's better than Far From Home? Because I think Far From Home is the best of the Marvel Spider-Man.
Hands down, agree. They, especially with Mephisto. Not Mephisto. Mysterio.
Yeah.
You're right.
I thought he was done so well.
Perfectly. Because they easily could have said, oh, no, he's actually just a villain and a bad guy who's from another planet or universe. No, they leaned into it.
It was so good. The first time I watched that movie and realizing everything going on, just seeing the curtain being pulled back, so mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That bar scene, like I can still remember sitting in the theater seeing that, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
we're actually doing this. Okay.
Oh, I loved it so much.
And it's not a one-man company. It's all of the disgruntled.
I love that they were able to convey smoke and mirrors in a way that works in the MCU because, I mean, with Tony Stark and how big technology is in the MCU and everything, like, it works. It makes perfect sense. So I thought they did so well.
Yeah, no, it absolutely amazing. And then you start to see Mysterio becoming the bad guy. Like, yeah, he was disgruntled and everything and just wanted to get back at his legacy. But then you start seeing it corrupt him. The power starts corrupting him.
Yep.
He becomes an actual, I am going to destroy Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
So yeah, I definitely put Far From Home above Fantastic Four, but I put Fantastic Four above the other two.
Yeah. I would agree.
So, and then I put it above Captain America: The First Avenger. I put the other two Cap movies above it.
Again, I've grown a great appreciation for Winter Soldier recently. I think I'd still watch Fantastic Four before
Yeah.
Soldier.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, like lower, high. It's in the upper half, but if we're putting it in like to quarters, like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, it's like a tier 2 movie. This is like a solid like high B tier movie. It's not A, it's not S. It's like a high B tier movie.
I would give it like an A minus. So
yeah, like B plus A minus right there.
Yeah. So it's right in between that high tier 2, low tier 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
I think that's everything we got.
Yep. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Again, bear with us as we just get these last few kinks sorted. And let us know if you have any topics you would like us to talk about. We're always looking to make this better and find topics that resonate with everybody.
Yeah, we want this to be a community. We want to hear from y'all. So let us know what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about, any movie recommendations, and we'll make sure to talk about those in future episodes.
All right. Well, bye.
See ya.